There are countless stories and legends about mysterious beings coming from distant worlds, visiting Earth long ago. These tales have fascinated people for centuries, inspiring countless books, movies, and theories. But what if the real clues to such mysteries aren't buried in ancient texts or whispered in myths, but hidden somewhere much closer to home? What if they're right here, within our own solar system? NASA, the world's leading space agency renowned for its incredible space missions and groundbreaking discoveries, recently brought our attention to something truly fascinating. Scientists studying data from a distant object, not quite a planet, but far more intriguing than your average asteroid, have observed strange, glowing lights scattered across its surface. These lights aren't reflections or camera errors. They're real, and they're mysterious. In fact, they've led some experts to wonder, could they possibly be artificial? Naturally, this has sparked both excitement and wonder, not just among scientists, but also among the public. Are we closer than ever to uncovering evidence of life beyond Earth? Could this be a missing piece in the cosmic puzzle that redefines our place in the universe? Let's take a closer look at what NASA discovered, and explore the growing mystery behind those glowing lights. In 2007, NASA launched the Dawn spacecraft, an ambitious mission to explore two of the most enigmatic objects in the asteroid belt. What made Dawn special was its revolutionary ion propulsion system, 3 engines providing a smooth, continuous push that allowed it to travel much farther and more efficiently than traditional rockets. This technology enabled Dawn to visit multiple destinations on a single mission, something rarely achieved before. Dawn's first stop was Vesta, one of the largest asteroids in our solar system. Over the course of 14 months, the spacecraft orbited Vesta and sent back stunning high-resolution images and a wealth of scientific data. Vesta's surface turned out to be far more dynamic than expected, featuring towering cliffs, deep craters, and even evidence of ancient volcanic activity. It became clear that even small objects in space can have dramatic geological histories. But Dawn's next destination would prove even more remarkable. The spacecraft left Vesta and set course for Ceres, the largest object in the asteroid belt. Discovered in 1801 by Italian astronomer Giuseppe Piazzi, Ceres is about 950 kilometers wide, large enough to be classified as a dwarf planet. In 2006, the International Astronomical Union officially added it to this special category alongside Pluto. Ceres stands out not just for its size, but for the peculiar features found on its surface. When Dawn approached Ceres in 2015, scientists were eager to get a closer look. The images that came back stunned everyone. Bright spots, some small, others much larger, dotted the dark, rocky landscape, especially inside a crater named a crater. These glowing areas looked like shining beacons from space. They weren't camera flares or visual illusions. They were real, unmistakable, and completely unexpected. Before dawn, the best view of Ceres came from the Hubble Space Telescope, which showed it as little more than a blurry dot. Now, for the first time, scientists had crystal-clear images revealing a complex and active world. The obvious question arose: what were those lights? Initial analysis suggested the bright spots were made of salts, specifically, sodium carbonate, a kind of mineral that forms when briny water evaporates. This was a major breakthrough. If salt was left behind, then water must have once existed on Ceres. And not just frozen water, liquid water. This alone set Ceres apart, as very few places so far from the Sun are known to have liquid water. Even more fascinating was the idea that the water could have erupted from beneath the surface through a process known as cryovolcanism. Unlike the volcanoes on Earth that spew molten rock, cryovolcanoes erupt with icy mixtures, ammonia, methane, and salty water. If this is happening on Ceres, it means the dwarf planet may be geologically active even now. Geological activity is significant because it generates heat, an essential ingredient for life. And Ceres appears to have all the right components. It's less dense than typical rocky bodies, and its surface contains a mix of water ice, clay minerals, and carbonates. Beneath the crust, scientists believe Ceres holds a mantle of slushy ice, and possibly even a liquid water ocean. Adding to this theory is the presence of ammonia-rich clays. Ammonia lowers the freezing point of water, acting as a natural antifreeze. This could mean salty, briny reservoirs remain liquid below the icy crust, preserved for millions, or even billions, of years. One of the most compelling pieces of evidence comes from a crater itself. Inside this 92-kilometer-wide depression lies the brightest spot of all, known simply as Spot 5. When dawn flew over this area, its instruments detected a faint, hazy glow, likely water vapor sublimating directly into gas. This suggests that Ceres isn't frozen solid. Something is stirring beneath its surface, forcing water up through cracks and leaving behind salt deposits that shine in the dark. More bright spots were discovered across Ceres, reinforcing the idea that cryovolcanic eruptions are not rare but rather an ongoing process. Each eruption leaves behind gleaming mineral patches, cosmic fingerprints of Ceres' hidden activity. When examining Ceres' surface further, researchers noticed something odd. There were fewer craters than expected. This led to the idea that resurfacing might be occurring, another clue pointing to geological activity. If eruptions or subsurface flows are smoothing over ancient impact sites, Ceres is much more dynamic than we once believed. So, why does this matter? Ceres is unique. It's icy like a comet, rocky like a planet, and possibly wet beneath the surface. It contains key elements, water, salt, ammonia, that could create habitable environments. And the presence of internal heat means it might have sustained those conditions for an incredibly long time. While there is no evidence that the glowing lights are artificial, they serve as indicators of powerful natural processes, some of which we're only beginning to understand. The implications are profound. Ceres changes how we view the small worlds of our solar system. Once thought to be dead, frozen relics of the past, they might actually be active, evolving, and capable of supporting life under the right circumstances. The discovery of these glowing spots has reignited questions that once seemed the stuff of science fiction. Could alien life exist in places we've long overlooked? Though NASA's Dawn mission ended in 2018, its legacy continues. The data it collected remains a treasure trove, offering new insights as scientists reanalyze it with better tools and knowledge. Ceres is no longer just a dwarf planet tucked away in the asteroid belt. It is a symbol of mystery and possibility, a reminder that even the smallest corners of our cosmic neighborhood might hold clues to some of the universe's biggest questions. Could simple life be hiding beneath its icy surface? Could other dwarf planets or icy moons across the galaxy hold similar secrets? These questions are not just for dreamers. They are now part of real scientific exploration. As we continue our journey into the stars, missions like Dawn remind us that the most astonishing discoveries often come from places we once ignored. Ceres is proof that the universe still holds many surprises, sometimes glowing softly in the dark, waiting for someone to notice. Subscribe to our channel for more incredible stories like this, and join us as we continue exploring the mysteries of the universe.